Hello everyone, it's Melissa and I am here with the topic of grieving, more specifically grieving a pet's loss. I recently lost basically my baby, about a month now. So I just felt like I wanted to share a bit more about this because it's not really talked about. So yeah, I just want to talk about it, but and get it off my chest while I'm at it too. But many of you have heard the saying, a man's best friend is a dog. Well, that's true because, over time, they're basically your friend, your child, even. Many see them as your child. It's something who gave you unconditional love and basically accepted you as their human, their caregiver. So, dealing with that for a while, mine was about 11 years. I'm now 21, so it was quite a while. It's pretty hard to just completely stop doing that routine. So, with that being said, there are 7 stages that you go through. The first one is denial. You know, just feeling so shocked that a situation like that happened. Um, Unfortunately, my dog passed away for health reasons and just being old, immune system was kind of weak. So yeah, it was kind of, it's kind of like, oh, well, I could have prepared or it was going to happen, but there's no way to prepare for something like that. It just happens when it happens. It doesn't matter if you were given a time frame, like it's still going to leave you in denial that that actually happened. So the second one is anger. And it's perfectly fine to feel angry. Many people try to hide it, but there's no right or wrong way to grieve. It's completely different from each individual. There's no rush also to try to feel normal again or to process it. It takes time and it's completely different for each individual. And then the next one is bargaining stage. Uh, the sense of, well, maybe if I would have done this, or if only I would have done this, or like for me, for example, was, well, maybe if I would have taken her to the vet sooner, maybe we could have given her medicine or given her something at least for the pain. Unfortunately, my dog passed away of, like, it was a tumor she had for a while. The surgery was going to be expensive, so we kind of knew it was going to happen, but not that soon. So sometimes I still say, oh, well, maybe if I would have taken her to the vet sooner when, just for a checkup. But I unfortunately didn't, because she seemed fine, so I thought she was fine. She was up to date with her shots. It just kind of happened quickly. The next one is depression, or anxiety, isolating yourself, and just like, feeling dread, which is fine to feel those. It's gonna happen. For many, maybe they don't feel like that. But I unfortunately felt depressed because, it's someone who you kind of grew up with. And it's perfectly fine to feel depressed, anxious, emotional, wanting to isolate yourself. It's just, don't forget that you can ask for help or that you can talk to others. You shouldn't feel like you're alone. The sixth stage is acceptance and hope. We as humans crave contact and connection and support. So at some point during that stage of grieving, we will want to, talk to friends or family and come to like the understanding that like, okay, it did happen and that's fine. We got to continue, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately, we are able to continue with our life. And by doing that, by reaching out to others, you are able to gain some control over how you respond to things more. So basically, what I want to say is there's no right or wrong way to grieve. Everyone feels different. Maybe some may not even go through all the stages. Maybe they'll just come to the conclusion of acceptance. Whatever it is, like, that's fine. It's just I want to bring a little bit more attention that the loss of a dog or a pet, for example, for me, a dog, is uncomparable and kind of pretty comparable to a loved one, a human loved one. It takes time. There are several different stages to grieve, or not stages, different ways to grieve. And just don't be afraid to feel those feelings, wanting to be alone, wanting to talk to others. Like, that's fine. Just don't be afraid to do how you do your grieving. And just know that there's people out there. That's pretty much all. It's perfectly fine to feel how you feel. Goodbye, everyone.